चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुधपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणश्री रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण श्रीललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वर। Hare Krishna everyone, please accept my humble obeisances. So since I have been given this service to glorify the holy name, I'll just try with my little ability. So the glorification and potency of the holy name is so vast actually that we hardly can cover it by our efforts. However, we'll just try. So as we see, like in Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya Leela, there's one verse 20.117. It says, Krishna bhuli se jiva anadir bahir mukha ataiva maya tare deya sansar dukha. So what it is saying, like, that after forgetting Krishna, the relationship with Krishna, the living entity is actually getting attracted to the external energy of the Lord, the material world. And hence, the Maya is actually giving different types of sufferings to it. In this shloka's purport, the last line of the purport, it says, like, one should understand that due to his desires to enjoy himself in competition with Krishna, the living entity comes into the material existence. So if you understand, like, to fulfill the contaminated desires, a living entity is put into this material world. And hence, Maya is actually making him an illusion in such a way that he forgets his relation with the Krishna completely, depending on the intensity of his gratification, of desires, sense gratification. And hence, he is actually suffering in this material world and taking, like, moving into different bodies to fulfill those unfulfilled desires. Now, how Krishna and Acharya basically bestows their mercy on us is the Acharya comes and they understand the concept very well. So they have a clear vision. They can see what is happening, what will happen. They have complete clear vision and how we are struggling in this material world. So the Acharya comes and for our benefit, to make us liberate from this material world, from the clutches of repeated birth and death, all those sufferings, material sufferings, they come and give us. So what they have given, Acharya have given them four principles, which are actually the pillar of sinful life. And those sinful life is basically because to fulfill those contaminated desires. So the point, like, acharyas understand that because the jiva is committing pap again and again, So they give us this four principles, regulative principles that one must have to follow to ensure that they don't commit further papa. They stop at least that propensity of committing papa. And parallelly, they also give actually the Harinam, the chanting the holy name, which is so potent because they know whatever the abhadras were there since time immemorial will actually be burnt out from this holy name. So even holy name is so potent, and there are so many functions of holy name, like by which we can get mercy from holy name, as Mahaprabhu says in Sikshashtakam, the first shloka, Chetodarpan Marjanam, Bhavma Davagni Nirvapanam. So many things actually Mahaprabhu talks about. But what Acharyas also says that out of these things, actually, the most important purpose of the holy name is to give us that loving devotional service towards the Lord, that love which we have forgotten towards uh, uh, the Supreme Personality, Lord Krishna. So Chaitanya Charitamrita also says, Adi Leela 4.71, Tare Madhye Sarvashreshta Nama Sankirtan Niraprad Nam Laile Pave Premadhan. So it says, like, that we have to take the holy name with Niraprad. We have been hearing, like, a lot of lectures. I see Prabhuji, uh, like, arranges all these sessions every week, and great people, like, personalities, realized soul comes and they share their actually experience, their realization in these sessions. And all these devotees are itself so sincere. It's not that they don't know that what is the potency of the holy name. There's so many shlokas, like, which covers this potency of holy name. Says Kali Kale Nam Rupe Krishna Avatar, Nama Haite Haya Sarva Jagat Nistar, नाम विनु कली काले नहीं आरा धर्म सर्व मंत्र सारा नाम यही शास्त्र मर्म. So many are there. Even Mahaprabhu says, Nam Namkari Bahuda Nij Sarva Shakti Tatrarpita. So many glories we are saying, but still somewhere, like, we are not, we sometimes actually lag. The holy name is so sweet, as Rup Goswami Pad also says that Updeshamrit, right? That holy name is so sweet. Then, if holy name is so potent, then what is actually which is making us not to experience the sweetness of holy name? And even it is concluded by the acharyas, and Mahaprabhu also says, right, multiple places in Chaitanya Charitamrit, Harer Nameva Kevalam Kalavanastev Gatirannatha. We have understood all this out, but still we lag. So what is the reason actually? We have been trying sincerely, all the devotees try. It's not that they are just, like, newbies, or they don't understand the glories of the holy name. Basically, everything is there in the Shastras. But especially, like, for me, I don't even have any information on any knowledge at all about. I cannot say I know Bhagavad Gita. I cannot say I know Bhagavatam. I cannot say no qualification I have actually, but still, Acharya comes in form of Guru, uh, and Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru, and they make this process easy actually. So whatever I'll be speaking will be based on whatever I heard from my gurus, from Parampara so far. So the eligibility to chant the holy name, right? We also know that there are three stages of uh, nama, and the third stage says, like, Shuddha. So there comes one shloka in Chaitanya Charitamrita again, where it says, there are offenses to be considered while chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Therefore, simply by chanting Hare Krishna, one does not become ecstatic. And the shloka is Krishna nama kare aparadhera vichara. Krishna balile aparadhera na haya vikara. So there are actually offenses which causes, like, if we, there are 10 offenses, and if we are actually making some offense towards the holy name, then we will not be able to actually relish the sweetness of the holy name. Though the holy name is all potent, but to develop love and relish the sweetness of the name, we must have to avoid the offenses. But that's not easy actually, very difficult. Mahaprabhu says clearly, very simple in Sikshashtakam, only one shloka itself, Mahaprabhu said, Pranadapi Sunichin, Tarorapi Sahishuna, Amanina, Manadena Kiratanne Siddhahari. Mahaprabhu is saying, like, you develop these quality, become humble, become tolerant, uh, give respect to others. But this shloka itself is so deep how to understand that out actually. Mahaprabhu is saying, but it's very difficult for us to understand. Hence, the Acharyas, Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually writes on bhajan and Gita, and it basically describes this out very clearly. It says, like, if you really want to serve the holy name, we'll have to take some eligibility. We'll have to make ourselves eligible to serve the holy name. And the bhajan says, Shri Krishna Kirtane Jadi Manase Tohar Param Jatane Taha Labadhikar. If we really want to serve the holy name, then we'll have to possess those qualities. And what are those qualities that he's basically referring to? He's referring, like, humility. First, in the first shloka itself, he says, Pranadikahina dina akinchana char apane mana bhi sada chhadi hankar. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, we'll have to really become humble, so humble. But how can we practically experience this out? I personally experience it, like, sometimes we we are humble from outside, but how come to bring that humility inside? Like our Guru Maharaj, Param Puja Gopal Krishna Goswami Ji Maharaj, he was all humble. Any state, anything, like, it's not that great acharyas has to show this. It's embedded already in their characteristics. And how it comes, like, it comes from their sadhana, from their realization actually. So, but what Bhakti Vinod Thakur is trying to make us understand, if we really wanted to feel humility, then we'll have to understand how to bring that humility. So the best way, Mahaprabhu also says, though he is Lord himself, and his tongue is chanting the holy name continuously, right? Even when he was in, like, Shach Kriya. And then Gopal Guru says, Mahaprabhu, this is how, like, the glories of holy name. And Mahaprabhu says, like, that I am living. It means that I have no love towards the Lord. I have no love towards the what how we will really get to know what is our keep those teachings into our heart throughout our day, all the 22 hours, remaining 22 hours throughout the day that we are engaged, then we'll feel, yes, that what is our position, and we will be really feeling humble. In next shloka, he says, Vraksha Shama Shama वृक्ष शम शम गुण करिब साधन प्रतिहिंसा त्याजी अन्य करिबी पालन. He's telling us how to develop tolerance. Like we see tree, tree are there, they're suffering all the climates, whether it is cold, hot, rain. For us is because we as an human here in this material world, that too in the age of Kali, we have been rejected into multiple yuga, and now in this Chaturyugi, particular Chaturyugi, that too in the Kali, and the situations is being more difficult, right, gradually. So we need to understand how to bring these qualities to us. And we have disturbance, inner disturbance, outer disturbance, office disturbance, senses disturbs, our mind disturbs, our desires disturbs. And hence Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Matra spashastu kanti shitoshan sukha dukkhada. We need to understand and develop that how we can tolerate with such disturbances. Actually, that's what Bhakti Vinod Thakur is trying to make us understand. Next, he says, जीवन निर्वाहे आने उद्वेग न दीबे परोपकारे निज सुख पासरीबे. have to we don't have to give anxieties to other, right? We'll have to see how each and every living entity is actually the part and parcel of the Lord. Sometimes in general, like we see uh, when we are sitting, something bites us and we immediately rub, and that happens actually knowingly, unknowingly. And we feel like, for my sense gratification, there should not be any obstacles. And if so, then we start planning, retaliating, and doing all those things. And if we plan, will not be eligible for tasting the sweetness of the holy name. Further, Bhakti Vinod Thakur says actually that though you have all the qualities, Haileo Sarva Gune, Guni Mahashaya, Pratishta Chadi Kar Amani Hridaya. We get that feeling many a times that we delivered a good lecture, or we are doing very nice service, or even in material world, like in profession, I'm so talented, I have this position, I have that post. Somewhere, minute level, it's there, it's very difficult to go away. But when we apply the right teachings, then we'll get to know, if we understand, who am I? I'm just a servant of the Lord. I don't even own this body. I don't even own this property. Everything belongs to Krishna. Whether it is char, achar, nothing, no intelligence belongs to us. Our Guru Maharaj says, very beautiful quote. He says that whatever ability we have, whatever examples we give, whatever instructions we give, they are all coming from Srila Prabhupada. Our position is just like that of a parrot who just repeats what he has heard. And that is true. And hence, if we keep ourselves always connected with these teachings, we'll not be able to get that desire for having pride or expecting fame. My name was not highlighted, something, something. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur is also saying, actually, if we are not able to see this out, actually, whatever the four principles, if we try to see Krishna all over, Krishna Adhisthana Sarva, Jive Jani Sada, Karabi Samana Sabe Adare Sarvada. So, if we understand that Krishna is all pervading, He is there in all the living entities, then we will be able to make our connection so strong with these teachings and Krishna, and will be able to relish it. All these 22 hours, whatever we will be spending, will be in connection with Krishna, with these teachings. The connection with Krishna is actually nothing. but the connection to the teachings of our Guru and Acharyas. If we are keeping them in our heart throughout the day, and hence this process is being given by Srila Prabhupada, hearing, reading, associating the devotees. Uh, Radhana Swamiji Maharaj, he sees, even he offer his obeisances to his own disciples. Why? Because he's seeing like everyone is the energy of Krishna and Krishna is everywhere. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 6.30, Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyati tasya aham na pranishyami sacha na me pranishyati. These are the qualities actually acharyas are giving us to understand what should be our mood, how we can cultivate it out. These qualifications are so deep actually, we really can't develop them out. But what we can at least try, we can just aspire. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the last one, it says, uh, देने दया ने मान प्रतिष्ठान प्रतिष्ठा वर्जन चारि गुणे गुणी हया करहत kirtan. If we attain these qualities which are discussed, then at least we can try to serve the holy name. These are actually the basic qualifications to attain Shuddha Nam Seva towards the holy name. And just see the mood of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. What he's saying is Bhakti Vinod Kandi Bale Prabhu Paye Hena Adhikar Kabe Div He Amaye. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is such an elevated acharya. He's saying Kandi, he's crying actually, saying when I'll develop it out, when I will get these qualities to serve the holy name in pure manner. At least we can aspire this out. We know that we cannot develop these qualities. But what we can do, we can actually try. We can try to develop these qualities. At least aspire. Mahaprabhu says, uh, Nayanam galadash dharya, Vadnam gadgad rudhyagira, Pulker nichitam vapukada, Tabnam grede bhavishyati. Krishna has created this complete, big, unmeasurable cosmos only just to make our contaminated desire fulfilled. Will Krishna not fulfill that desire? If aspire, what that day will come. Every day we struggle for sure. I struggle a lot. But I try, as I hear from the acharyas, we should at least aspire. We should pray. Prayers are so strong. Bhagavatam is full of prayers. Kunti Maharani, Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, all those prayers are so powerful that prayers are getting fulfilled. And hence we should also pray to attain how we can do this out. And actually the characters of great acharyas make us understand how we can actually develop this mood to serve the holy name. Holy name is so potent. Prabhupada has given these four principles. Acharya has given these four principles. Basically, if we understand, few important pointers which I find is very helpful is it's not just 16 rounds that we have to do. Yes, attentively, we should take out 16 this time of whatever, 2 hours and 1.5 hours and so, because it varies person to person. That should be attentive. But throughout the day, we should seek that opportunity when we can meditate on the holy name, because it can go on internally itself. While walking, while driving, we can do. It's just so the moment more we will do, more relishment we will be having. And these four principles basically, I feel like my personal experience. These are not just physical actually. They're subtle actually, subtle as well. So it's not just they are only referring to this physical or material body, but to the Sukshma Sharira as well. Okay. So, following four principles is very important for us to strictly follow, to develop, to ensure that we don't commit any mistakes. Obviously, these 10 aparadha towards the holy name, that is very important to ensure. Secondly, chanting with feeling. Krishna is actually in person present when we are initially when we start, our mind goes here and there. After a certain period of time, when the sadhaka practice is nice, basically his mind goes out, but to the spiritual thoughts, to the spiritual places like that. But when the more mercy comes, like, the words which are actually coming out from the mouth, that is something like, Prabhupada says, we need to hear and relish. It's very difficult to attain, but I'm just like, saying what Acharyas has actually talked about. I'm just trying to share few things which I could try to correlate things together. So yes, obviously morning hours, sitting posture, these all is all everyone knows this out. But I feel like these things which Bhaktivinoda Thakur is actually telling us, if we try to aspire to develop these qualities, then we can really uh, try a good attempt to serve the holy name, Prabhu. So I'll stop here, Prabhu, since the time is also. Uh, I just try to summarize, Prabhu, with my little no intelligence, only by the mercy of our Acharya and Guru. So please forgive if something went wrong, Prabhu.
Thank you
Hare
very
Krishna.
much, Prabhuji. Thanks for your wonderful talk, Prabhuji. Like, you highlighted many important points to improve our japa chanting. So, yeah, we have to, at the end of the day, we have to serve the holy name, and we have to at least aspire to acquire these qualities like humility, tolerance, and we have to understand our position also, so that any name and fame that comes in our way, they will not disturb us. And then we should be able to nicely serve the holy name. And we should always, chant in the prayerful mode. That it certainly help us to improve the quality of japa. Wonderful points, Prabhuji. We should be chanting offenselessly also. Wonderful, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you very much. Now the floor is open for questions. If anyone any questions, they can unmute themselves and ask. I see Shakti Prabhu unmuted. Yeah. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for this wonderful
Hare
Japa.
Krishna, Prabhu.
So, Prabhuji, I had one question. Like when you were saying prayer, so prayer means are we in only means referring to those prayer which are mentioned in Bhagavatam, or the general prayer is like the what we feel, what we want, what we desire for in Lord to fulfill. So, what was the exact thing prayer?
Prabhu, when we talk about the prayers, actually, obviously, they are the prayers which are there in Bhagavatam to glorify the Lord. Okay. But Prabhu prayers also means like, that if we are struggling in something, we are getting into a difficult situation, which is actually impacting our consciousness. That happens very every day, Prabhu, every moment. This world is so Keshava Tua Jagat Vichitra. This material world is so complicated, Prabhu. So our consciousness is being attacked by different places. And what we can do, Prabhu, we'll have to take shelter of the Lord. So when we see that something is actually impacting our seva, our service towards the holy name or the Lord or the Vaishnavas, we should pray to the Lord that give me strength, protect me, protect my consciousness. Those prayers are also very important, Prabhu. Prayers are so strong. And Krishna protects Prabhu. Every moment he protects. us. So it's very simple. Whatever is there in your heart to serve the Lord. Simple prayers Krishna hearts. Does that answer your question, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, I got it. Thank you,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I
Hare
have
Krishna
a one
Mataji.
question. Like struggling, we are trying more and more, trying to chanting more and study more, but see, but like little things affecting a lot. Sometimes whether it's too cold, so not able to wake up early. So like this, so many difficulties. Like it's affecting a lot. If someone so many things. So how we overcome?
So Mataji, when you say small things, Krishna clearly calls that out. Okay, in second chapter. He says Matra Sparshasta Kanti Shitoshan Sukha Dukkada Agam Apaino Anityam Tansadikta Bharata. So he says, like, as winter comes or the summer comes, this slight change of season, right? What we do we stop doing our work? No, we don't. What he's suggesting, this much you are already in a difficult state. You're in a difficult world. This much of disturbance you'll have to tolerate. These are small things. Winter and seasons is something that, however, that depends also on a state of a particular person's body and their consciousness, physical aspects. But still, like, these are small things. But just think about the state, Mataji, like, um, let's say example of Rukmani Devi, or example of, like, Arjuna, Pandavas, Kunti Devi, right? Such a difficult situation they were actually. Uttara. But still, they did not leave that out. They did not blame Krishna. They did not say that we'll stop our spiritual practice. Hence, they kept their complete faith. They kept their complete love towards Krishna, though the difficulties keep on coming. Rukmani Devi, like, she only heard about Krishna, right? And still, there were so many of struggles in her life uh, at that point because she was being forced to get married with Shishupal, right? Also, Rukmi, her own brother, was actually against her, but she did not stop, like, her aspiration. She prayed, and Lord appeared, and He protected. So these issues will be there, Mataji, in life because this world is like that. It is designed in such a way. The disturbances will come. Hence, Krishna is guiding us. Please develop this tolerance. It is not only with you, it's with me as well. Too much of disturbance happens. Mind, body, outside people, office, kids, life, so much of things are there. Still, we have to tolerate and keep on doing our service. I hope that addresses your concern, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Any other questions, Prabhuji's or Mataji's? So I see a comment also, Prabhuji, in the chat window. Prasad Prabhu, who is saying, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, wonderful enlightening session. And it's very helpful to me to serve the holy name with Sudnam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thanks again, Prabhuji, for giving us such a nectarian talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu, for giving me the opportunity to serve. The talk is actually basically for me. I also have to apply these outs. It is there by the acharyas. But yes, more we speak, we get an opportunity to apply those teachings in our life. That is important, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. His Grace Ashraya Mukunda prabhuji ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandavat pranam. Shri
Hare
Sanmataji.
Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.